Hey guys, what's good? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. I just got done doing my makeup, okay? I thought it would be a really fun idea for me, okay? At least for me, I don't know about y'all, but it's fun for me, to do a video kind of talking about like my go-to palettes for the fall slash winter time, okay? Because that shit is here, okay? I don't know about where you guys live. I live in Georgia and it is fucking freezing, okay? We had like 2 weeks where it was like 80 degrees and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, no, you guys are living in Antarctica. So I pulled out a few different palettes with like different color stories and stuff like that, just so that you guys have a few different options. I don't know about you guys, but my personal favorite makeup item is eyeshadow, just because you can do so much with it and you can create so many different looks with your eyeshadow. I know people really like foundation, like their face makeup, or like their contour, bronzer, stuff like that. Like, and don't get me wrong, blush is really fun too, but something about just the eyes is just, ooh, that's where it's at for me, okay? So go ahead and grab yourselves a drink and let's just get right into the video and talk about some makeup. All of the palettes that I'm going to be talking about in today's video are still available and you can definitely still get them on Ulta.com or on Sephora or on like the actual brand's website, okay? So none of these are like limited edition, and I didn't want to include anything that was limited edition just so that if you guys did like one of these palettes, you could definitely go out and purchase it today, okay? I think I'm gonna go ahead and start off with my Naked palettes, okay? So I love Urban Decay Naked palettes, okay? They were my first ever eyeshadow palettes I ever owned, okay? The Naked 1 and the Naked 2. I didn't know what I was doing with them, okay? Don't get me wrong, but they have come a long way from just the Naked and the Naked 2 and the Naked Basics palettes and stuff like that. They have so many different like versions of a Naked palette, but the two that I wanted to talk to you guys about for today are the Naked Heat palette and the Naked Honey palette, okay? Let's talk about the Naked Heat first. These are the shades in the palette. I wanted to do this video in my bathroom just so we could get like a little bit of a better lighting versus like in my room, so that's why we're in here today. But these are the shades. I like that they have 12 shades, which isn't, I feel like, an overwhelming amount of shades, okay? Sometimes when a palette has too many shades, I'm just like, whoa, where do I start? Where do I end? You guys know what I mean? So this is, of course, like a very neutral toned palette, a like warm neutral toned palette, if that makes any sense. So of course you guys have some of the like lighter colors, okay, for inner corner, brow bone, all over the lid type of thing. Of course you can do anything you would like with any shade, but these are kind of the ones that I use for like all over my lid, like you know, inner corner, brow bone, stuff like that. And of course over here you got some more darker shades. This one does not come with like a black, but bitch, we have a black and like almost every palette. But I really love the whole like color scheme of this palette, and just, it's definitely a more warm toned palette, don't get me wrong, but it's not like orange. You guys know what I'm talking about. Of course you do have some more like orangey shades in the palette as well. You get some shimmers, you get mattes. It's just so good, you guys. Honestly, I could not stop using this one, especially when like a few years ago when warm tone shades were like all the rage, okay? Everybody wanted to own that like Morphe, I forget what it was called, the like, you know, the one with like all the oranges? Yeah, that was around the time when like kind of this one came out, and I just really like it. And one thing that I really love about this, you guys, is that it has like this shade right here that's more like plummy, okay? It's like a warm plum. I just love how this palette all goes together. Shades are really nice and blendable. They're nice and pigmented. You're not gonna have to work super hard to get a really nice color payoff, and you're not gonna have to blend till your arm falls off with these shades, okay? So yeah, I just wanted to mention her because she is gorgeous. Most Naked palettes do come with a brush. Mine isn't in here, mine is somewhere over there with the rest of my brushes, but so good, love her. Moving on to the Naked Honey palette, okay? So this is what this one looks like, and I love the way that this one looks. It really just looks like it's like dripping in honey. This one also has the 12 shades. This, you guys, is just, ooh, just like, I don't even know how to describe these colors to you guys. They're just like beigey, like yellow goodness. Oh my gosh, you guys, this palette in the fall time, I love it. Does not include a black, but bitch, pretty much every palette includes a black nowadays. It includes, again, your really nice light colors as well as some like deeper, darker colors over here. But you cannot go wrong with this palette, you guys. I feel like this is a palette that literally matches with any single like outfit, like makeup look that you want to go for. It's really, really nice. Again, pigment is there. Super nice, blendable. I really, really love this like yellow gold right here in the middle of the palette. That's like the shimmery one. That's the one that I really, really like gravitated towards just because it's like a very like honey kind of color, okay? I don't know what it is about this palette specifically, you guys, but when I thought about making this video, this was the first palette that I thought about including just because the shades, the tones of this eyeshadow palette are immaculate, okay? Love this so much. It is still available. You can still get it. Oh my gosh, but this is just gorgeous, you guys. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Like if you are a neutral type of girl, like you just like wearing neutrals every single day, but you want something with more of a like honey kind of feel to it. Her. Go on, Lisa Megan. Her. She. Urban Decay gets 10 out of 10 for packaging because they put a lot of like thought into these, okay? This is the next palette that I knew I had to include in this video, you guys. If you go back to around like this time last year, this is the only palette I wanted to use, okay? So this is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill Divine Neutrals palette, okay? I don't know what the hell happened to Morphe, okay? I think I saw somewhere that they had like gone bankrupt. I don't know what happened there, but Morphe was popping off for a couple of years, okay? I used to own a shit ton of their palettes. I don't anymore just because I kind of gave them away. But this is definitely one that you need in your life, okay? Let me just go ahead and open her. So she does include a little mirror. I love that. This one is also one with 12 shades, and here are the shades. I'm holding the palettes upside down just so I won't like blind you guys with the mirror, okay? This whole row, which would be the top row when you look at the palette, is all mattes, and then the whole bottom row is all shimmers, okay? I really like how she did that. This has, oh, just like some of the best neutral shades ever, you guys, and my personal favorite shade is this one, okay? This like greeny, like mossy, like, oh, I love this shade so much, you guys. It's just such a good neutral palette, honestly. Very quick everyday look with this. You can make it really nice and smoky with these like darker colors out here. You can put these all over your lid. You guys, this palette is just immaculate. I love the formula of this palette specifically. Morphe shadows were always really good, but there's something about this palette that is just, ooh, chef's kiss, okay? Such a good palette. I do own Miss Jaclyn Hill's like first original Morphe palette that she ever came out with. That one has like, ooh, I forget how many shades it is. It's like a bunch of shades, okay? And like I said, sometimes I do get overwhelmed with so many shades just because I'm like, oh, I don't know what to like pick. This one is one of the more like affordable palettes that I'm going to be talking about in today's video. I'm not going to lie, you guys, drugstore eyeshadow palettes is just really one that like I really gravitate towards, okay? I'm not gonna lie. I like drugstore like face products a lot more than I like their eyeshadow palettes. Personally, for me at least, I've been very hit or miss with like drugstore eyeshadow, and sometimes when I buy a palette from the drugstore, like 2 or 3 of the shades are really good and then the rest is like shit. I do like to spend a little bit more money on like a higher end eyeshadow palette, but one that I know is going to be amazing, okay? But this one, bitch, this goes up against any of my higher end eyeshadow palettes, okay, for just being so fucking good. I just realized that I said all these were still available, and then I said that I think Morphe is going bankrupt. So I don't know if you can still get this palette, but if you can, please grab it, okay? You will not fucking regret it. Like I said, this was the only palette that I used last year during this time and into my like spring and summer, okay? Because during like the spring and summer, I really like to do like colorful makeup. But this is really cute, very good for like every day, as well as like more smoky type of looks. It's just so good. So good. Next palette I'm going to be talking to you guys about is Miss Soft Glam here, okay? This palette, you guys, the chokehold that this palette had on like everybody and their moms a few years back ago is insane, okay? But she is still such a go-to palette for me, honestly. I really love all the colors in here. This one includes 14 shades versus the last couple ones that have been only 12. And this is what this one looks like, okay? Just very soft glam, okay? You guys really like that like smoky but natural look. You guys will definitely love this palette so much. It's Anastasia, so you know well that it's going to blend like a motherfucking dream, okay? You do get some shimmers as well as mattes, obviously. This isn't very warm toned, I will give it that. This is a very like neutral toned eyeshadow palette, okay? Versus like the Naked Heat, that's very warm toned. This one's very neutral, very not cool toned. I don't want to say this is cool toned at all because it's not. It's just very neutral. That's what it is. It's just very neutral, very much in the middle. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know what to do with like cool toned shades just because they're like cute and like sometimes you want like a cool tone look, you know what I mean? But when you just want something quick, something easy that you don't have to think about, that you can just look at and be like boom, 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 boom. Her. This one does include a black, okay? I know some people really need their palettes to include a black. I don't, just because I have so many palettes with blacks already in them, but this is a true black, okay? If you are looking for a palette with a nice dark rich black, this one, okay? Highly would recommend her. The Morphe and Jaclyn Hill one is also like an everyday type of thing, but this one I feel like is more like everyday fall, if that makes any sense, versus like the Soft Glam, it's like everyday spring, summer, winter, fall, like every season she is your go-to. And the last palette that I wanted to talk to you guys about, okay, and another reason why I wanted to make this video, this is the Tarte Maneater After Hours. One of them too, bitch. Love the packaging on this. So nice, so beautiful. This one comes with a fat ass mirror, okay? This one has a total of 30 shades, okay? And as you guys can see, it has a bit of like some warmer shades. This one also gives a little bit of like that honey kind of palette. I feel like this one is just all of the palettes that I showed you guys combined. Okay, so you do have like your nice like really green, really pretty colors. I feel like some of these are a little bit like cooler toned, just nice honey kind of colors. These up here give me like Naked Heat vibes. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It just has so many different color stories in this one palette, and that's exactly why I wanted this specific palette, okay? First of all, I was seeing everybody talk about this shit on the internet and I just had to have it, okay? This was like 60 bucks. This one is definitely the most expensive palette that I'm going to be talking about in today's video, but wow, is she worth it, okay? Like bonus points for just like presentation. Like as you guys can see, some of the eyeshadows have like stamps in them and I love that, okay? You can't see them too much anymore because I have used this quite a few times since I got the palette. It is really nice. It does have, you know, these like really nice soft kind of colors just for like everyday transition shades, but it does have pops of color like this yellow, that green, this like really pretty like, what is that, like a pinky kind of red. I don't even know, bitch. It has so many really pretty colors mixed in. Of course, you got shimmers, you got mattes, you got a whole fucking shebang, okay? If there's one palette in this whole, okay, I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna say if there's one palette in this whole video that you guys go get, make it be this one, but like, y'all, I can't decide. Realistically, you really only need this palette because like I said, it has so many color stories in one palette. So it's just really nice, it's versatile, and it's super slim, okay? So if you need to like take this with you, it's not like it's gonna be like super bulky to carry or anything like that. You can do very nice, simple, everyday kind of looks with it. But you can definitely deepen it up with some of these colors out here. This one doesn't have a black. I don't think this one is black. I think it's like a very, very like, where's the black? A deep, dark brown almost. But I don't think it's black. I think it has a little hint of brown in there. But yeah, I really love this palette, you guys. Seriously, this is, I think, the only palette that I really like bought this year. I didn't buy too many eyeshadow palettes. Like I said, not many palettes catch my attention these days just because I feel like we've seen it all, we've had it all. But when something like this comes along that's like, ooh, this is perfect. Okay, perfect for the colder months. It's just so pretty, you guys. My only one complaint about this is that I wish it like folded back all the way, because it only folds to this much, and it's like nice to like hold or to like set somewhere, yeah, but I just wish it was like all the way back so I could like, you know, hold it a little bit better. But that's my only complaint with this palette. You guys definitely have to let me know down below if there's any eyeshadow palettes that you think I would love for this time of year. Like I said, I'm very into green recently. These are the palettes that have been in my fall and winter rotation for the last couple of years. I just needed to include them. And of course, the Tarte one is very new. It came out earlier this year. It was just something that I wanted to include as well, just so you guys can have a little bit of a different options, you know what I mean? I definitely think I included a few different color schemes, different color stories, so that you guys can like choose from. We have, you know, just the like warm neutrals. All of these are neutral, okay, because those are my favorite type of palettes, are just neutrals. I am, however, looking for a like cool toned neutral palette. Okay, that's what I really been wanting, and also like a cool toned blush. I don't know if like you can make that. I've never seen one, but I would love to find one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching and for being here. As always, I appreciate you more than you'll ever begin to fucking imagine, okay? Don't forget to subscribe down below before that you guys leave so that you don't ever miss any future content from me, okay? I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, a dope ass rest of your week. Don't forget to live it up, fuck it up, smoke it up, drink some water, okay? And I will see you guys very soon for another video. Bye guys!